All right, so looking at this first example here, we have one side missing, x, and then we have two angles given, A and C, right? So how do we get this going now? So let's go with first, labeling the triangle is the first step, but in this example, they already labeled the triangle, so we don't have anything to do there, except for labeling the sides. So labeling opposite to angle A with side A, opposite to angle B, side B, opposite to angle C is side C. So always go from opposite to find the matching side with the angle, and then we write out what information did the question actually give us. So we have capital A, which is 52 degrees. Then we have capital C, which is 73 degrees. And then we have common C, which is 10 centimeters. And then we have common A, which is X, or the unknown value. You'll notice that we don't have any information for B. Side B, we don't have nothing there. Angle B, we don't have anything here. So when it comes to the sine rule, we are going to use the two parts of the formula that we have information for, which will be A and C. So it will be A over sine A equals to C over sine C. We're not using anything with B in it because we don't have any B information. And then next we will substitute using algebra, replacing each value with the number it represents. So we don't have anything for A, so we put X over sine A, which will be sine 52, equals C, which is 10, over sine 73. Now the fastest way to get to the answer from here would be to cross multiply. And a lot of people call certain things cross multiply, but this is where we use it, where we have two fractions with an equal sign in the middle. We could get rid of the fraction by multiplying the top number on one side by the bottom number on the other side. So we'll have X, I should write my X like this, sine 73, which is X times sine 73. We're multiplying top number on one side by bottom number on the opposite side. And then 10 would have to multiply by sine 52. In the language of mathematics, writing the number right in front of the word sine means that it is multiplying. And so most calculators actually recognize it like that. So the next step would be to get X by itself. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, you could repeat that. Sorry, I can't remember what kind of thing.
Yeah.
Let me repeat it part to the order of the sign thing. I think I'm a little confused there.
Order, which order? So we're trying to get the X, the missing part, to be alone or by itself on one side. So we're going to have to transpose, carry across, move around this onto the opposite side. Some people like to work these values out and get decimals, but if you do that, you run the risk of having to round off and approximate a little bit too early, so you don't want to do that. At this point, I think it's best, once you have your calculator skills down, you'll be able to use your calculator and just get a final answer here, and then you round off for your final answer. Some people like to put this in the calculator, get a number, put this in the calculator and get a number. But when you do that, you will get long decimals, and then you will have to round them off, and then you will get an approximate answer at the end, which will be a little further from the real answer. So the best practice is to try and round off at the end of the question. if possible, you should have a calculator, and I want you to practice using it here. Put this value into a calculator and let's see if we come up with a final answer as your task.